Chris Gutierrez sends in a lot of pictures from Italy, and this was one of the best ones I've seen yet. This beautiful picture showing the frost that was on the ground, as well as that beautiful sunrise this morning. And temperatures today are headed for the mid-50s. Now, I've actually increased these a little bit since this morning because we are warming up closer to the mid-50s across the area. Normal is 57, so we're right around where we should be. And then overnight tonight, we dip below where we should be. Normal is 36, but we're right around freezing. Now, I want to make sure to note, this does not mean that no one in these two counties will get below freezing. I think you can and probably will. The thing is that there's areas where you can get warmer temperatures and cooler temperatures all over the place. You have cool air that will kind of settle into little valleys and low-lying areas, and then you have higher areas where the warmer temperatures will kind of settle in. So just understand that this is a kind of an average of what we're seeing. Generally, though, Hillsborough, Corsicana don't get quite as cool as Waxahachie and Cleburne, but again, it can vary. So don't look at this and say, well, I'm in Corsicana, I don't need to bring the plants in. Definitely bring the plants in. You're in the area of those freezing temperatures. December 27th today, and your sunrise and sunset are pretty close to each other. 7:28 a.m. sunrise, 5:28 p.m. sunset, and then a full moon tonight as well. I saw an article earlier, from Spectrum News Texas, and they said that tonight is what's called a cold full moon, even though not much of the country is actually that cold. I pointed out to them, of course, that 30 degrees overnight, Texans probably consider that pretty cold. But across the country, we're not really seeing that much winter activity, despite the fact we have this strong and very large low pressure system. This storm has been making its mark. Of course, that pushed a cold front in overnight that brought temperatures down today. And there is some snow going from Nebraska, parts of Wyoming, South Dakota there. And the rest of it, though, from the Midwest over to the Northeast is all rain. If we get the radar up here, you see rain from Missouri and Illinois all the way into the Northeast, and it's just staying rain. So we're not seeing a lot of winter weather on this December 27th, despite the fact that there's a large storm in place. And yeah, over the Pacific Northwest, you can see the next system moving onshore. I don't expect much from that one necessarily. It'll be another system that will cool us down for New Year's Day, and we'll get to that in a moment. But this system did bring that cooler air in for us, does have northwest winds in place, but we will be getting the high pressure in here, and that's pretty much going to keep the rain at bay for the foreseeable future. For New Year's Day, we're looking at the possibility of maybe some rain in our region, but it looks like it's going to stay east of us, so I'll keep an eye on that for you. And let's just go over the forecast again. Temperatures a little warmer than this today, so 53, 54, 55 range. Overnight tonight, yes, we are close to freezing, so go ahead and assume a light freeze will probably happen. Tomorrow, northwest winds calm down a little bit, but man, we probably won't get out of the 40s. Some of us could crack 50 degrees, but I think most of us stay in the 40s tomorrow. 29 overnight, so yes, most of us in the upper 20s, at least, again, in our northern areas and in those low-lying areas. So just keep that in mind, that it might be a good idea to drip some faucets overnight tomorrow night. 55 degrees Friday, 31 Friday night, and then the weekend is actually quite nice. 60 degrees on Saturday, 37 overnight, and 63 for New Year's Eve there. So we actually will be warming up a little bit, and you notice the south winds return here. And then our next front comes in New Year's Eve going into New Year's Day. That will bring us right back into freezing territory for Sunday night into Monday morning. And then we're back in the low 50s with the lows in the low 30s for the first couple of days of 2024. So be ready for a few freezing nights here, and we do warm up into the weekend, but it won't last long before another cold front cools us down for the work week next week.